There's another debate that we have and people have a lot, and I don't mean to offend any artists, but there's a thing of artists versus rappers. Like there's a lot of rappers, but there's not a lot of artists, if you know what I mean. And you have one of my favorite videos from you is Tyler the Creator, the next Kanye video. And I know it ends with, not to spoil it for listeners, they do have big differences. Like Tyler won't reach that mainstream audience. But what I think Tyler does so well is this other content that goes along with his music, whether it be the short films he's kind of releasing along with his music. So there's other artists that I wanted to shout out that do something similar. And I was curious what artists you've seen kind of take that blueprint of making themselves not just a musician, but like multimedia type artists. So like Tiara Whack, when she came out making that 10-minute album and each song was 1 minute and it's awesome. It's really sick. And we've seen just so many artists kind of take that idea that Donald Glover writes a whole screenplay to go along with because of the internet and stuff like that. So what are artists you've seen that have kind of done that whole multimedia?
Well, I think there are a lot of artistic rappers who don't do multimedia, and there's some, and they can also do create a really immersive experience either way. A lot of the underground rappers these days don't do a lot of multimedia, but like, because I don't know, they don't have the budget or they're not interested in it, but they still going like Ka is one. His albums are
Mm-hmm.
incredibly
Hmm.
immersive and very unique.
Yep.
And obviously, a lot of his peers like Rock Marciano, or going a
Yeah.
tier above that would be like West Side Gun, and their stuff
Mm-hmm.
is super artistic because they're just like they seem well read. They're well read people, and they put a lot of uh different like imagery into the lyrics. So that would I would say is that right now that's my favorite type. Like I haven't listened to Tyler in
Yeah.
months or anything because I've been more into like the guys who create like a world of words. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I think there's a lot even like I've been obsessed with Lil Durk's Almost Healed album because I actually think the themes on that are really good. It's not really like I know why it was fairly like unsuccessful because it's super
Yeah.
long and every song sounds the same. But like the themes, he actually had a vision for what that album was all about.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just in terms of like what is not artistic in the rap game. I mean, like it's hard. Like a lot of it. I mean, almost all of it is, I think. But there are some examples that have gotten so popular that aren't. And I mean, who am I to say? Like, as long as it seems like it's coming from the heart, it's fairly artistic.
Yeah.
But there's some times where like something gets really big, and I'm like, damn, this person does not seem to have any heart in this at all. Um,
Yeah.
and I get like but it's also like maybe they just want to be a good rapper, and this doesn't matter to them what comes out of their mouth. Like Rob 49, do you guys know him? Like the guy from
Yeah.
he was on Utopia, and
Yeah.
like I mean, you listen to his songs.
I did not like that verse.
I love that.
I I that ruins the song for me. I do not listen to that
I
song.
love that. I mean, he has like every song he has is basically sounds exactly like that. Like he kind of like growls and screams and says things you've never heard
Yeah.
before in your life. And I've been trying to decide. I've been very interested in it because I'm like, is this artistic or is he literally just trying to make a bunch of money? Um,
Yeah.
and I haven't been able to decide yet. So like, I don't know. I don't know.
I think an issue is we see a lot of writing trends right now. So the biggest trend is this whole sample 2000s music and make a new song out of it, which has been a thing forever. But I think that's one of the lazy forms of music we're seeing right now,
Yeah.
where I don't need these Pharrell beats or anything repurposed.
I think the most egregious example would be drill music.
Yeah.
That is a genre where there are like three good artists and 100 terrible ones. And,
Hmm.
I think, I mean, yeah, it's a more localized thing. So people see someone from their city go like blow up with that, and then they all start doing it. So I get like that has been people who love drill. I'm like, do you really like? How much do you actually love this? Because it's pretty fucking bad. Um, that is one example where I would say like a lot of that stuff is not particularly artistic. It's just very like repetitive and uncreative.
Interesting you said drill too, because I remember there's a point, especially with Fabio Foreign. I think he was kind of like the last big drill artist to come. And now that I look around, drill isn't as popular as it used to be. And even just the answer, and also
Guys,
just
guys.
I don't want to hit on drill too much because I do like I don't love drill, but I also don't want to shit on it either. But I think a lot of times why artists don't express themselves to the fullest, like I said before, I don't think consumers care, and to spend that budget to make this um complex music video or marketing scheme isn't really gonna help when you can just build an audience on your own. And you're talking about Travis Scott, who did I think a great job with Utopia. We had Bryce over who talked about his concert and how he's kind of doing the same thing with Astroworld, while he's just presenting the album in a more creative way. And obviously, we had a lot of big artists drop this year. We had Lil Uzi, we had Travis Scott, even Drake did. So how do you think those albums played well this year?
Oh man. Oh, one thing I was thinking about the artistic versus the UK artists are some of the most artistic right now.
Oh yeah.
Their
Lil
writing,
Sims.
yeah,
Oof.
the writing that they put in. I don't know if their school system is better or what, but they just are like the effort that goes into all the storytelling and everything is great. They're very hardworking. In terms of 2023, man, I don't know. Like with the big albums, like the look,
Yeah, I mean Travis dropped, right? Drake dropped. With all the
yeah,
artists people are begging for, they drop. So
yeah.
why all the sad and gloom?
Yeah.